First up, Ciara. Ciara and Rihanna got into a super shady feud after Ciara shared a bad experience that she had with Rihanna in 2011. While on E's Fashion Police, Ciara decided to take the opportunity to throw some shade. She said, quote, "I ran into Rihanna recently at a party and she wasn't the nicest. And it's crazy because I've always loved and respected what she's done with fashion, and I've ran into her, before, but this time it wasn't the most pleasant run-in." Many were shocked to hear this because Rihanna is known to be down to earth and humble. Rihanna did not take kindly to the call out and clapped back on Twitter, writing, quote, "My bad, C, did I forget to tip you? Hashtag how rude of me." The two exchanged some more shade. Ciara warned Rhi that she did not want to see her on or off the stage, and Rihanna wished her luck with booking that stage. In the end, Rihanna felt that she was in the wrong and ended the feud by apologizing. She wrote on Twitter, quote, "Ciara baby, I love you girl, you hurt my feelings really bad on TV, I'm heartbroken, that's why I retaliated this way. So sorry, hashtag let's make up." Ciara also responded by praising Rihanna and being thankful that they could put the feud behind them. Next up, Karrueche Tran. Karrueche Tran was the person that Chris Brown started dating after his relationship with Rihanna ended. Rihanna and Chris were the Hollywood it couple for some time, until Chris Brown physically Rihanna and they split. But after their split, it seemed that Rihanna did not have an easy time getting over Chris, and posted a super shady dig towards Tran as a way to take out her anger. In 2012, she shared a photo of a bag of rice cakes with sunglasses and hoop earrings. Rihanna wrote in the caption, quote, "I'ma make you my bitch," which is a reference to her and Brown's song Birthday Cake. This was said to be a dig at Tran, specifically the fact that Rihanna used rice cakes was thought to be a dig at Tran's Vietnamese heritage. In a now deleted Facebook post, Tran said, quote, "I'm Angelina, you're Jen. Come on, you see where Brad is at." When speaking about the relationship years later, Tran said, quote, "In this case, my boyfriend is a celebrity whose ex-girlfriend is an even bigger celebrity. So not only am I fighting a battle with her, I'm fighting a battle with her 14 million fans or whomever else." Charlie Sheen. This is one I'm sure you did not expect. But in 2014, Rihanna got into a public feud with Charlie Sheen of all people. Apparently they had a bad interaction, and she decided to rant about it on social media. In 2014, Charlie Sheen ran into Rihanna at a restaurant and wanted to introduce the singer to his then fiancé. However, Rihanna turned him down, and Sheen went on Twitter later to rant about the situation, writing, quote, "I sent a request over to her table to introduce my fiancé Scotty to her, as she is a huge fan. Personally, I couldn't pick her out of a lineup at gunpoint. Well, the word we received back was that there were too many pops outside and it just wasn't possible at that time." Sheen continued that there's no way they could possibly reschedule another random encounter like that, and that the whole thing was rude and unnecessary. Rihanna clapped back a few days later in a tweet, writing, quote, "If that old queen don't get her diapers out of a bunch." Sheen ended up apologizing to Rihanna a few years later on Twitter, but Rihanna did not publicly respond. TLC's Chili and T-Boz. Two members of the musical group TLC found themselves in a heated feud with Rihanna in 2014 when they called her out for the way that she dresses. While speaking to Australia's Sunrise, they said, quote, "Every time I see you, you don't have to be naked. And it's hard for us to say anything because every time we say something, oh TLC, oh they must be jealous. We became the biggest selling girl group of all time with our clothes on. That says a lot, it's easy to sell sex." Rihanna didn't clap back by writing a shady tweet like she usually would. Instead, she decided to change up her header on Twitter to show a scantily clad picture of TLC. Even though no words were said, it was clear that she was calling out the group for being hypocritical. The photo showcase was from the group's 94 Vibe photo shoot. After the feud got tons of press in the media, presumably more than they expected, the group said their comment was not directed at Rihanna and that it was just edited out of context. Next up, Amanda Bynes. Another strange feud Rihanna was involved in was with actress Amanda Bynes. And even though some say Rihanna was out of line during this feud, it was definitely started by Bynes. In 2013, Bynes was not doing well and was often under the influence. After Bynes went on a racially charged Twitter rant about Chris Brown and Rihanna's relationship, Rihanna did not want to hold her tongue anymore and decided to clap back. Rihanna tweeted, quote, "You see what happens when they cancel intervention." Some felt it was wrong of Rihanna to make fun of her mental health struggles, and that Amanda Bynes needed empathy and understanding during this time. What do you guys think below? The Navy. If you didn't already know, Rihanna's fans are known as the Navy, and sadly Rihanna's witty comebacks are not only at other celebrities, they have been occasionally directed at her own fans. After years without an album, Rihanna said that she would be coming back with a new album in 2019. But as 2019 passed and no announcement of an album took place, Rihanna's fans got angry. Out of love, of course, because they just want to hear her new music. But Rihanna does not like being called out, even by her fans. In July of 2019, she shared a video clip from Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. Reality star Carly Red shares the results of a lie detector test and says, quote, "Guys, it was all a lie." In the caption of this post, Rihanna made it clear that it was for her fans, the Navy. According to People, when one fan responded with, "I can't believe I stand a liar," Rihanna clapped back with 3 laughing emojis, clearly not caring. Teyana Taylor. Teyana Taylor and Rihanna got into a seriously nasty feud in 2013. It started when Teyana posted a video of herself on Instagram singing "Caught Up in the Rapture." Then a month later, Rihanna posted an Instagram video of her hairstylist singing the same song while dressed like Taylor. Kinda strange, right? Taylor immediately clapped back and wrote in a tweet, quote, "Don't play with me, Rihanna. F all this industry crap. You and I know each other very well. Throwing subs for what? You got my number, don't show off." Taylor then denounced all of Rihanna's fans that started to attack her online. Rihanna responded by tweeting, quote, "You will not get an ad from me. Not till you pay me. No more free promo. #I refuse." Rihanna also changed her Twitter background, showing her net worth at the time, which was $90 million, compared to Taylor's, which was $500,000. Teyana Taylor responded by photoshopping her face on a boxer punching Rihanna. And in the end, she was the loser of this battle because Adidas dropped her from their campaigns after she threatened Rihanna with violence. And finally, Rihanna herself. Over the years she's been in the spotlight, Rihanna has done some really shady stuff that might make her fans think differently of her. One thing that Rihanna has been accused of is being a major diva. Specifically, when she's said to perform, her green room requests are insane. According to a 2016 Business Insider report, the requests include covering the walls with dark blue or black drapes, trimmed in icy blue chiffon, and a large plush animal print rug. The backstage area must be a relaxed atmosphere, and she's very particular about what scents are used. Business Insider reported that the Barbados beauty needed exactly 6 Black Forest candles when she performs. She also demands flowers, usually white tulips. Keep in mind this is all for just one single appearance. That's not all. Apparently she's also really bad with spending, and even sued her accountants because she blamed them for going broke. While she was on her Last Girl on Earth tour in 2010, she apparently made tons of lavish demands that made her tour lose money. According to Page 6, she filed a lawsuit in 2012 claiming it was her accounting firm's negligence that prompted a costly IRS audit of her returns, and that she lost millions during the tour because the firm failed to reconcile costs versus revenues while still paying itself millions in fees. Specifically, the firm let her buy a nearly $7 million LA mansion, even though she was losing money like crazy. After she bought this property, she learned it needed tons of renovations and was forced to sell it at a loss. One of the accountants said a completely different story and said that Rihanna was out of control with her spending. They said, quote, "The tour was what she wanted, just as the exorbitant amount of expensive clothing and other purchases she squandered her money on were. Was it really necessary to tell her that if you spend money for those things, you will end up with things and not money?" In the end, the judge agreed with Rihanna, and her and the legal firm reached a settlement of $10 million over the debacle.
Starting off this countdown, we have Seth Rogen. Seth Rogen went after Bieber, a fellow Canadian, during an interview with Howard Stern. He said, and I quote, "Bieber is a good example of someone who you meet and you think you're gonna hate him, and then you get to hate him as much as you thought." Yikes, what did Bieber do to him? Well, apparently the two first met at a German talk show when Justin asked if they could meet. They did, but then apparently Justin acted like Seth was the one that wanted to meet him. He said, "It was very weird." He said, and I quote, "What the F? I don't want to meet you. Don't act all nonplussed to meet me. I didn't want to meet you. I was totally cool not meeting you, but I was like, fine. I wouldn't have said anything. I was like, he's a bit of a mother effer. Whatever. He's young. The kid's a dick." That's right, folks. Seth Rogen called Justin Bieber a dick. In our 9th spot, we have Kate Moss. In 2014, Bieber and Orlando Bloom got in a heated argument at a nightclub. I'll talk about that more in depth later, but it resulted in the two taking swings at each other. Well, a few days later, after the incident, Justin Bieber approached Kate Moss, and she was not too thrilled about it. She apparently went off at him, telling him that he needs to behave and smarten up. Apparently, Justin had gone up to her expecting her to gush all over him, and instead she really just gave it to him, which is pretty embarrassing if you ask me. Coming in at number 8, we have Marg Helgenberger. Back from 2010 to 2011, Justin Bieber made an appearance on the show CSI, playing serial killer Jason McCann. Well, according to CSI actress Marg Helgenberger, Justin Bieber acted like a brat on set. Not only that, but according to her, he locked one of the producers in a closet and also just put his fist through a cake that was on the table. Imagine that, just wanting a slice of cake and then Justin Bieber just goes BAM! Coming in at number 7, we have Team USA and Team Canada. Imagine having 2 Olympic hockey teams against you. That's wild. In 2014, the 2 teams squared off for the Olympic hockey semifinals, during which there was a billboard present that said, "Loser keeps Bieber." Now, some of you may know, Bieber was born and raised in Canada, but currently lives in America. Imagine having a whole hockey team trying to get rid of you, just like not wanting to claim you. That's the definition of awkward. In our 6th spot, we have Ronda Rousey. It's so random how all these celebrities just hate Justin Bieber. Like, out of all people to piss off, a UFC star? I don't know. Basically, Rousey admitted to Cosmopolitan that he was rude to her little sister at the Cannes Film Festival. Apparently, she tried to get him to take a pic with her little sister, who was a huge fan and totally starstruck, and he declined, saying, and I quote, "I've already taken a billion pictures today, okay?" Imagine how that little girl must have felt. Like, there's her idol, and he just shuts her down because he took too many photos. Ronda later said, "Yeah, I don't think I'd want to hang out with him. I'm not a believer. I was, but not anymore." We're now at our 5th and halfway mark with Jon Bon Jovi. Jon Bon Jovi had a lot to say about Bieber when he heard that he showed up 80 minutes late to his show in London. He said, and I quote, "Every generation has guys that do that. None of that is new. Do it once, you can be forgiven. Do it enough times and shame on you. They won't have you back. Then it becomes a cliche. It's really not cool. You're an a-hole. Go to effing work." So Bon Jovi did not hold back on that one. But someone had to say it. Bieber definitely let his fame get to his head at one point, and that led to him acting all entitled. In our 4th spot today, we have Selena Gomez. Of course, she had to be on this list. The two were in an on and off again relationship for quite some time, and fans loved them together. In fact, many people thought that they were endgame, but as we later found out, their relationship was not the healthiest. After their final breakup in 2018, Selena Gomez revealed that the relationship consisted of emotional abuse, and he had really hurt her, and it took her a while to grow out of the victim mentality. Moving on to number 3, we have Orlando Bloom. All right, this is probably the one that you all have been waiting for. Orlando Bloom and Justin Bieber definitely do not like each other. Maybe things have changed with time, but for quite a while, they did not like each other. It all started when rumors began to fly about Bieber getting close to Bloom's ex-wife, Miranda Kerr. Some even said that the two hooked up. Then Bieber's ex, Selena Gomez, was spotted with Orlando Bloom, and apparently the two made out. When Bieber and Bloom encountered each other, apparently Bieber made some comments about Miranda Kerr, which Bloom did not like, and at that point, he jumped over a sofa and lunged at Bieber. Then apparently punches were thrown, but they were never landed. And then apparently Leonardo DiCaprio was just present and witnessed this whole fight and was cheering for Bloom. Like, that's just wild. Coming in at number 2, we have Eminem. Eminem decided to show his disdain for Bieber by including him in his song, A Kiss. He talks about God not giving a damn about Justin Bieber. That's the he's referring to in the song. So the lyrics go, he's allergic to divas, he'd take meat cleavers to him. He don't give a damn about Bieber doing. What a demon, a behemoth, evil just seems to be seething through him. Okay, Eminem, okay. And in our number 1 spot today, we have Bill Hader. I honestly can't imagine this guy having drama with anyone. But alas, Justin hosted Saturday Night Live one time, and Bill had a lot to say about it. Apparently, Bieber showed up with a 20-person team to set. He said, and I quote, he had a guy holding a piece of pizza, a guy holding a Diet Coke, and going around stage, you're trying to fight through all these people to get dressed. A year later, in another interview, he said, and I quote, I really didn't enjoy having Justin Bieber around. He's the only one who lived up to the reputation. I think that's the only time I felt that way in 8 years. That is insane. Alright guys, that's all for today's video. Let me know in the comments below. Are you a believer? Did you used to be a believer? I feel like there was one time where I was like, oh my god, he's so cute. Or like anyone with a Justin Bieber haircut, I was like, oh, let's never bring that haircut back, please.
First up, Will Smith. Will Smith is one of the most universally loved people in Hollywood, so you might be wondering how it's possible that Eminem feuded with him. Well, it all started because Eminem felt he was dissed by Will. In Will's acceptance speech for winning the 1999 MTV VMA for Best Male Video, a category that Eminem was also nominated for, Will Smith noted that his success proved that rappers didn't have to curse or threaten producers to sell songs. Eminem took this as a personal dig at him, since the only other artists in the category were Lenny Kravitz for the song Fly Away and Ricky Martin's Livin' La Vida Loca, neither of which included heavy cursing. That moment stuck with Eminem, and he threw multiple digs Will's way in the years to come. He hit back in The Real Slim Shady with the lines, "Will Smith doesn't have to cuss to sell records, well I do, so F him and F you too." Will clapped back on his 2005 song Mr. Nice Guy with the rhymes, quote, "Mr. Nice Guy, relationship advice guy, light on the vices, priceless smile, look at the eyes, got the look of a survivor, husband, father, dissed by Eminem, but didn't bother him. Yep, well he classy, Big Will just got another 20 mil, walk right past E, I'm a nice guy, why you harassing me?" Christina Aguilera. This one is super shady and proves why you should never mess with Eminem. In 1999, Eminem married his longtime girlfriend Kim after rapping about her in a nasty and aggressive way in the years before. Since this was probably a tad controversial, Eminem kept the marriage a secret. But Christina Aguilera blew this secret and paid the price. During our MTV special, What a Girl Wants, Aguilera leaked the information while also warning women about the consequences of physical harm in a relationship. Then as a clapback, Eminem shared some secrets of his own and revealed that Christina was a cheater. Apparently, she hooked up with former TRL host Carson Daly and Limp Bizkit frontman Fred Durst while in a relationship. He continued on the song The Real Slim Shady, where he accused Aguilera of giving him an STD. She clapped back and denied these claims, then released her own diss track called The Real Slim Shady, Please Shut Up. In the end, it's clear that M was the winner, and they managed to mend things years later. Everlast. Eminem is no stranger to beef, and he's gotten in tons of feuds over the years, but this one was particularly bad because he crossed a major line by telling people to physically attack his rival, Everlast. After Eminem ignored his backlash at a 1999 concert, Everlast of House of Pain shaded M on a diss track, even including his daughter Haley on this diss. Eminem does not hold back when it comes to his family, so he responded with the harshest words he could think of, most notably on the song I Remember, where he made fun of Everlast's heart problems. He then released Quitter, where he told his fans to beat up Everlast if they ever saw him in the streets. Even though a lot of fans understood the frustration, that's a major line most rappers know not to cross. Next up, Michael Jackson. This is one of the few times that Eminem's words were taken so badly he was forced to apologize. On the song and music video for Just Lose It, Eminem blatantly poked fun at Michael Jackson, specifically at his botched plastic surgery, even including a reference to the time MJ's hair caught on fire during a Pepsi commercial shoot. Many felt that crossed a major line, including Jackson himself. In an interview following the song's release, Jackson said he felt that the song was disrespectful to not only himself but his children, and he was caught off guard as a fan of M's. Eminem felt bad after throwing shade after learning that Jackson was a fan, so in 2004 he apologized to Jackson and called him a legend. He also insisted that the song was not directly about MJ, more so a diss in general about pop icons like him. Mariah Carey and Nick Cannon. Eminem feuded with Mariah Carey, so of course her then husband Nick Cannon got involved to defend her. Over the span of his career, Eminem has continually taken digs at Mariah. He's also hinted at having a past relationship with her that allegedly took place in 2001, although Mariah denied this multiple times. His fourth studio album, The Eminem Show, contained multiple references to the alleged pairing. After Mariah and Nick Cannon got married in 2008, Eminem once again made a song about her called Bagpipes from Baghdad, expressing his interest in Mariah while dissing Cannon. So by 2008, after being included in many of his songs, Mariah decided to clap back and dissed him on her song Obsessed, poking fun at the fact that he won't stop talking about her. In the video for the song, she included a stalker who looked eerily similar to Eminem. This inspired M to dedicate an entire angry record to Carey and Cannon called The Warning. Cannon defended his ex-wife and took to his blog to write a lengthy post about Miss Marshall. Cannon accused him of being a bigot and said he would get revenge in the future. Shortly after its release, Cannon deleted the song, and the pair have never referenced each other since. Tyler the Creator. This is the other time that Eminem went so far in a diss track that he was forced to apologize for his words. One of the rappers who Eminem dissed on Kamikaze was Tyler the Creator, and in his lyrics on the song Fall, M called him the F-slur. And if you didn't already know, Tyler the Creator is openly gay. In a reflective interview years later with Sway, M went to regret the words, saying, quote, "I think the word that I called him on that song was one of the things where I felt this might be too far. In my quest to hurt him, I realized that I was hurting a lot of other people by saying it." Continuing, quote, "I was angry when I said that about Tyler. The fact of like every time I saw this kid, he was always cool to you. I loved his energy, he was a funny dude, and he's super charismatic, but I'm sitting back like, man, at what point do I have to say something to defend myself?" Tyler the Creator also addressed this hurtful line and said it was actually no big deal to him. Quote, "It was okay. Did you ever hear me publicly say anything about that? Because I knew what the intent was. He felt pressured because people got offended for me. Don't get offended for me." Debbie Mathers-Briggs. Eminem not only gets into feuds with other rappers, he even publicly feuded with his own mother in the past, Debbie Mathers-Briggs. Eminem has made his strained relationship with his mother very clear. On his breakout single, My Name Is, he rapped, quote, "99% of my life, I was lied to. I just found out my mom does more than I do." Debbie did not take kindly to the call-out and claimed it was all a lie. In 1999, she decided to sue her son for slandering her in the song, seeking a whopping $10 million in damages. But that did not stop him. On his next album, the Marshall Mathers LP, he continued to take shots at his mother and all the bad things she did while raising him. Strangely enough, she decided to clap back in the form of songs and made some collaboration songs with rap duo IDX. In one song, she rapped, quote, "Will the real Marshall Mathers please stand up and take responsibility for his actions?" In August of 2001, Mathers-Briggs' lawsuit resulted in a settlement of $25,000, but she received just $1,600 of it after the judge ruled that the rest should go to her former lawyer, Fred Gibson. Eminem addressed the settlement with harsh words toward his mother, and clearly he did not learn his lesson, because shortly after he made the song Cleanin' Out My Closet, where he portrays his mother as a pill popper and opportunist. However, the pair seemingly made up in 2013 when he praised his mother on the song Headlights. Danica Patrick. Eminem got into a strange, one-sided feud with NASCAR racer Danica Patrick, and no one is sure why he decided to take the digs at her. In his 2013 single, So Far, Eminem raps about Patrick in nylons and a skirt before calling her a vacuum, saying, quote, "I get to meet famous people, look at her dag, her nylons are ran, her skirt's snagged, and I heard she drag races. Swag, tuck in my Hanes shirt tag. You're Danica Patrick, yeah, word, swag, we're gonna be the perfect match, cause you're a vacuum, I'm a dirtbag." This was not all. He brought her up again in his 2018 track, Venom, rapping, quote, "So this ain't gonna feel like a love tap. Eat painkiller pills, a blood track, like, what's her name's at the wheel, Danica Patrick, throw the car into reverse at the Indy, end up crashing into ya, at the back of it just mangled steel, my Mustang at your Jeep Wrangler grill." Neither party ended up addressing the feud further or explaining what the lyrics could mean. It was reported that calling her a vacuum just basically means she sucked, and in Venom, his digs just meant that she crashed a lot. We're not sure if she got on his bad side or if he just decided to pick on her for no reason, but I think it's clear at this point that we will never know.